How come I always get this thing jacked up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in tonight to the Badger Den for this final boys basketball game of the 25-26 season, at least final home game. Technically, it's a state first round game. So welcome to the first round of the state. I flubbed that one, didn't I?
That's the second round.
Second round, my word. Welcome to the UHSAA 1A State Boys Tournament. This second round game will feature the Wayne Badgers and the Milford Tigers. Badgers were seated at number 2 on the boys bracket. The Tigers came in at number 18. They played a couple days ago against Water Canyon and came out with the win, so they're here tonight to play against the Badgers. The winner of this game will move on and head up to Salt Lake to play on Thursday. We'll talk more about brackets later once we know more about what's going on. So, yeah, that's where we are tonight. The Badgers coming off, both boys and girls coming off tough losses down to the Region 20 tournament a week ago, both against Panguitch. Both teams hopefully be playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Come out and get things done these first few games of the tournament. The girls will be playing here tomorrow against Bryce Valley in their first game of the state tournament. Coach, any insights, thoughts? I'm tired.
Yeah, this should be a pretty good matchup. You know, the last time that these guys saw each other, Milford was here playing in the Badger Den as well, and so that's a little bit familiar for both teams. And then, but the Badgers they came away victorious the last time while they were here, and so we'll see what happens. You know, it is the state tournament; anything can happen. I've been seeing a bunch of stuff on the 3A where some of their higher seeds have been getting knocked off.
That 3A girls tournament has been wild.
Well, yeah, both boys and girls. You know, all of those, and so it's been. You know, anything can happen. It's a tournament. It's the last part of the season. Everybody's been working 2 months to get to this point, and now here we are, and we'll see what happens. We got a minute left here, and then we'll get going on this ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you out to tonight's ball game. We'd like to welcome the Milford Tigers to our gym tonight, and welcome their fans, players, coaches, and at this time, whenever, please rise as our cheerleaders present colors. Please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
Okay, so tonight the starters for the designated visiting team here, we have the Milford Tigers, and this is their starting lineup tonight. We have a junior, number 2, Marco Saavedra, and then we have also a sophomore, number 11, that's Tice Barnes. We have a senior, number 15, Keisler Merriweather. And then we have senior number 24, Boston Sullivan, and a sophomore, number 33, Slade Kessler. And the Tigers are going to be coached by Mike Barnes, and their assistants coach Lynn Dalton and Dustin Kessler.
Number 15, Keisler Merriweather. Number 24, Boston Sullivan. And number 33, Slade Kessler. Tigers are coached by Mike Barnes. And now the starting lineup for your Wayne High Badgers.
So tonight, starting for the Badgers, we've got a sophomore, number 2. This is RJ Pau.
At forward,
A senior number 3, Tristan Martinez, coming in, one of the 3 seniors that'll start tonight.
At guard, a senior number 13,
Blake Peterson coming in. He's also a senior. And then a junior, we got number 24, Trayson Brown.
Number 24, Trayson Brown.
And then the final senior going to be starting tonight, number 40, Hunter Robbins. And the Badgers are coached by Coach Jackson.
Hunter Robbins. Head coach for Badgers, Jason Jackson.
See how things get started right here, right out of the gate. Looks like Merriweather's probably going to do the jumping for the Tigers and Robbins for the Badgers. Ready to get going here. Any second we'll be underway. Ball goes up and it's tipped around a couple times. Martinez is going to come away with it. Number 11, Barnes, he just about had it. Martinez came away and ended up grabbing it. So we have the Badger basketball with Trayson Brown has the ball, gives it up to Martinez on top of the key. He passes it over to Peterson on the left wing. Peterson looking for Robbins. Robbins has it down on the block on the left side. He goes up strong. No good. Tries to go up and get his own rebound. No. Barnes comes away with the rebound for the Tigers, and he's bringing it up the floor. Kicks it out to number 2. That's Saavedra. Saavedra kicks it back out to Merriweather. Merriweather sets up the offense, gives it back to Barnes, guarded by Trayson Brown. Calls out the play. Takes it down the right-hand side. Dumps it over to Sullivan. He gets it back to Barnes. Barnes looking back to Sullivan. Sullivan dumps it back out to number 33, Kessler. Kessler has it, guarded by Robbins. Dumps it back out to, that's Sullivan. Sullivan kind of loses his balance, throws it right out to Saavedra. Saavedra pulls up for 2. Rebounded by Peterson, and he's off to the races looking for the fast break. Kind of had a bobble on the pass, or on the dribble, so he couldn't quite get a hold of it. So they pulled it out with Trayson Brown has the ball in the right wing. Back to Tristan Martinez, top of the key. He kicks it over to Peterson on the left wing, looking for Robbins once again on the baseline. Robbins is going to pull up. That's going to be short. Rebounded by Saavedra. So Saavedra kicks that ball back over to Sullivan as he walks it up across the timeline for the Tigers. Dumps it down into Kessler. Kessler has it, guarded by Robbins. He spins, comes into the paint, no good, gets it out. Barnes going to pull up for 3, good. So Tice Barnes gets a nice, after 2 quick passes from the Tigers, gets a nice 3-pointer to give the Tigers a 3-point early lead. And Blake Peterson goes down the lane on the right-hand side. It was kind of a late call, and he's going to end up picking up a charging call, so that's going to be his first foul.
You had one official that almost blew the whistle and decided not to, and then another one back here that decided there was enough there.
So we got Tiger basketball. Sullivan's going to bring it up the floor, and he takes it down the middle, and he gets rejected by Robbins. Comes away with it was RJ, and he dumps it out to Trayson Brown. Trayson Brown throws it up left hand, flips it up kind of with a little hook from his hip, and he gets 2 points. And on the meantime, Barnes tries to throw it up the floor, and it gets turned over, and Badgers come away with it, and Peterson throws it up there, and Martinez comes away with the offensive rebound putback. So Martinez comes away with 2 points off that. So that was a quick 4 points for the Badgers on that missed opportunity for the Tigers, and we're going to have a timeout for the Tigers right now. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, I believe. Yep, 30.
Oh, you know what? We have some ads we're supposed to read.
Okay.
Let me find my paper that they sent me today. Yeah.
So we got a bunch of ads we want to go through here. Well, for both of these, we'd like to first of all thank all these sponsors. I don't know if you've been watching any of the games down on the region tournament and these last couple games the last little while. There's quite a few sponsors, and so we have Aero Ag, we have Bose Auto Parts in Beaver, we have Beaver County, Blackburn Propane, Bryan Farm Service Center, Brinkerhoff Custom Meats. So we'd like to first of all start off the night thanking those guys, and then we'll get down through the rest of them, quite a bunch of them, so we'll try to get through them tonight. As the Tigers have the ball inbounded, Barnes has it on top of the key. He kicks it over to Merriweather. Merriweather guarded by RJ. looking for a screen. Saavedra comes in for a screen. They just switch it on the top. Merriweather has it, kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra's going to take it down the left-hand side. It's tipped from behind by RJ. Trayson Brown comes away with it, and he's going to push the pace up to the left-hand side, pulls it back out, gets it down to Peterson. Peterson kicks it over to RJ. RJ's going to pull it for three on the right side, no good. Battle ensues for their rebound, and Saavedra comes away with it for the Tigers. He kicks it up to Barnes. Barnes dumps it over to Merriweather as he brings it across the timeline, guarded by Peterson. He's looking for a screen. Once again, kicks it back out to Barnes on the right-hand side. Quite high, right out close to the timeline. He's guarded by Trayson Brown. Dumps it over to Saavedra. Saavedra brings it down, dumps it to Merriweather. He takes it back to the top, up to Barnes. Barnes pulls up for two right at the free throw line. No air ball. Robbins went up to try to block, kind of intimidate him a little bit, and Tristan comes away with the rebound. Meantime, Peterson has the basketball for the Badgers, kicks it over to Trayson Brown. He's going to take it into the paint, back to Tristan at the top of the key. Tristan kicks it over to RJ on the left wing as Tristan dives in and kicks it back out to Trayson Brown, who resets the offense. Coach Jackson calls for a new offense as Blake Peterson comes back to the top to reset. Kicks it on the right-hand side to Trayson Brown. Trayson Brown looking, RJ the top, back to Peterson on the left wing. Brown cuts down, he goes up hard and he gets fouled. So it's going to be a shooting foul for Trayson Brown. So Trayson Brown came all the way around. After they reset the play, he came all the way around from the left-hand side, floated all the way underneath the paint, caught it coming down the paint, tried to do that little, that same little hook shot that he made earlier from his hip, and got a foul. And
pretty good move for him.
Did you say the foul was on 13? Was it?
33.
33. So Kessler gets the foul, and in the meantime, the first free throw is up and no good. So we got 4:24 remaining here in the first period. The Badgers are up 1 point, 4-3. As Trayson sets to shoot his second free throw, and it's also no good. And that's rebounded by Sullivan as he brings the ball to the floor pretty fast. Guarded by Peterson, top of the key. Kicks it back out to Barnes on the left wing. He's going to reset, goes back to the top, spins and comes down, gets to the elbow, dumps it over to Merriweather on the baseline, gets it back out to Barnes. Barnes going to go back up across the top, resets once again. Now Merriweather on the left-hand side, guarded by Robbins. He's going to pull up for three, bounces in and out, rebounded by Tristan Martinez. That was kind of a nonchalant shot. He just kind of flat-footed that one and just about had it. Peterson throws it into Robbins. Robbins goes up strong with a nice little baby right-handed hook shot. 2 points for Robbins. So that gives the Badgers a 3-point lead, up 6-3. Sullivan has the basketball, top of the key, drives it in, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes pulls up for three, bounces around, no good. Robbins goes up over the top of Kessler, gets a rebound, kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson going to push the pace. RJ's going to go down, flips around on a reverse layup, left-hander. Good, 2 points for RJ. What a great move on that opportunity, driving down there. That was fast-paced, and he had to slow down and gather himself, switch it to the other hand, and flip it up. That was pretty impressive. Meantime, Kessler has the ball underneath. He gets blocked by Tristan Martinez. He gets his own rebound, does a nice little spin move, he does himself a reverse layup with a right-handed, and flips it up and gets 2 points for the Tigers.
That was a nice move from Kessler. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, that was a really nice move. Brown kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson dumps it into Martinez. Martinez goes up for a nice little layup. 2 points for him. That brings the lead to 5 for the Badgers. We're up 10-5. We've got 2:50 remaining here in the first period. As Sullivan has the basketball, comes in. He kind of lost handle on it, tried to kick it over to Barnes and ends up going out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on the Tigers. Going to be Badger basketball.
So just of note, Paiute just beat Wendover. They just hung 96 points on Wendover.
Oh, my. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Good for them. Trayson Brown has the basketball, top of the key, kicks it over to Tristan on the right wing, and we're going to end up getting a foul called. It's going to be an offensive foul on RJ, I believe. He did a offensive foul. He kind of was trying to set a screen for Robbins on the baseline and ends up getting caught for that offensive foul. Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers, crosses over Trayson Brown at the top of the key. Waits for the offense to set. He kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra dumps it into Merriweather. Merriweather back to Sullivan. Sullivan looking, back to Merriweather. Merriweather has it on the left. 15-footer, kicks it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan calls out a new offense, dumps it over to Barnes on the right-hand side. He gives a handoff back to Sullivan. Sullivan hesitates, drives in the paint, kicks it out to Merriweather. Merriweather dumps it over to Saavedra. He goes up for three, no good. Rebounded by Tristan Martinez. He kicks it over to Peterson as Peterson pushes the pace up across the timeline. Dumps it over to Trayson Brown. Trayson Brown thought about a three, kicked it over to Tristan. Tristan dumps it into Robbins. Robbins going to get double teamed, does a nice little spin move, goes up with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Saavedra. So that was a great move on Robbins' part. I haven't seen that move in a while, so that was a good move, just didn't quite go in.
Fall.
Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers as he kicks it over to Barnes. Barnes dumps it into Merriweather. Merriweather has it back to Barnes. Barnes hesitates, spins, gets it right at the free throw line, dumps it out to Kessler. Kessler has it over to Merriweather, right wing, guarded by RJ. He's going to take it down baseline, kicks it out to Kessler. Kessler back to Barnes. Barnes has it, looking for Saavedra coming across. Top of the key, not there, gets it back out to Barnes. They got 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Barnes pulls up with a fadeaway, kind of at about an 18-footer, rebounded by Peterson. Peterson pushes the pace up to Trayson Brown, and Trayson Brown kicked it back out, and he got called for a travel. Coach Jackson didn't like that one. He's hollering no on that deal. I don't know if he was hollering no at the play or the call, because it felt like he got the ball out of his hands before he was backpedaling on the travel, but can't take it away. So Sullivan pulls up at the free throw line, bounces around a couple times, 2 points for Sullivan. So that brings the Tigers to within 3. Badgers are up 10-7. We got 44 seconds remaining here in this first period as Peterson has the basketball, kicks it over to RJ on the right wing. RJ guarded by Merriweather, over to Trayson Brown, waiting for RJ to cut, kicks over to Peterson on the left wing. Now he's waiting for Robbins. Robbins, it wasn't a very good pass. He tried to get it to Robbins. The ball was deflected. Robbins had to run it down at the timeline, kicks it over to Trayson Brown. Trayson Brown gets it back out to Peterson. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to pull up on the left elbow, kicks it over to Robbins. Robbins going to pull up for 3, bounces around, no, but it's rebounded by RJ. He tries to throw it up and no good, and rebounded by Merriweather. Merriweather pushes the pace up to Sullivan. Sullivan hesitates, pulls up for 2, and he's going to get another bucket. So that's going to bring the Tigers to within 1 with 5 seconds remaining as Blake Peterson going to come across the half court from the volleyball line. No. So here we got the end of the first period. The Badgers are up 1 with a score of 10-9. I'm going to go back through a couple more of these sponsors and give them an appreciation shout out. We've got Brown Brothers, both Brown Brothers Construction and Brown Brothers Concrete. We've got Bryce Canyon Car Show and Fly-In. We've got the Bryce Canyon City, Bryce Canyon Half Marathon, and the Bryce Canyon Mule Days. Sounds like a lot going on in Bryce Valley. We've got the Cache Valley Bank up here to Loa, and we also got the Color Country Plumbing. So we'd like to give a good shout out to all them and thank everybody that helps this Region 20 sports and everything that they do for the community, the services rendered, and everything that they do for us here to give us the opportunity to live in this beautiful country. So we're going to start the second period. It's going to be Milford basketball. Sullivan's going to have the basketball here, guarded by Peterson, top of the key. Peyton Jackson checked in for the Badgers as Barnes pulls up for 3, and he's going to give the Tigers a 2-point lead with 15 seconds out of that second period with a 3-pointer on the right elbow. Peterson has the basketball. Right side, gets it up to Tristan at the top of the key. He dumps it back down to Peterson. Peterson looked for a 3. He's going to drive down the paint, does it up and under, no good. Tried to rebound it for Robbins. Robbins kind of got hammered on that and got thrown on the ground, but it was tipped out of there by Merriweather, and it's going to be Badger basketball. Peterson set to inbounds for the Badgers, looking for the cross coming on for the big man, dumps it into Robbins. Robbins gets hammered, double teamed. He gets it ball back and gets it out to Peterson. The ball's tipped around. Merriweather comes away with it. So a couple hard passes there for the Badgers as Merriweather comes away with it for the Tigers. He kicks it over to Sullivan. Sullivan has it down into Kessler. Kessler guarded by Robbins. He's going to do a spin move up and under, tries to kick it back out to Barnes. Barnes dumps it over to Saavedra. Saavedra pump fakes, goes baseline, didn't like the big man down in there. Tries to throw it back out to Barnes. Sullivan comes and gets it. Sullivan guarded at the top of the key, looking for Barnes. Barnes has it, 10 seconds remaining in the shot clock, dumps it into Saavedra in the paint. Saavedra out to Merriweather, Merriweather to Barnes. Barnes back over to Sullivan. Sullivan pulls up for 2 on the baseline, no good, rebounded by Peterson. He came in from the top of the key and ended up getting that rebound out of all that deal, and he passes out to RJ on the left wing, back to Peterson, top of the key. See what the Badgers can get going right here in just a minute. They're having a hard time handling the basketball for a bit. Robbins dumps it down into Martinez. Martinez kind of got away with an offensive push
he
on
did.
there again. But he gets up there and goes and gets 2 points. He got called a couple times for that in the tournament down there.
Yeah.
So something to kind of keep an eye on. But 2 points for the Badgers. That ties the ball game up. Here's 6:19 remaining here in the first half as Tigers have it with Barnes. He kicks it over to Kessler right at the elbow. He tries to get it down to Sullivan in the paint. He kicks it out to Merriweather. Merriweather drives in, does a nice little floater. It's not there, rebounded by Robbins. Robbins kicks it over to Peterson. That was a good move on Merriweather's part. Kind of did that nice little hesitation floater in there. Just didn't quite go, and then we end up coming and get away with it. And Coach Jackson's going to want to have timeout. He's going to take a full timeout here. So we got 6 minutes remaining in the second period. The score is tied up. So you can definitely tell that the Tigers, they're not here to roll over. They're here to come and play, and that's good.
Yep, state tournament. Speaking of state tournament, another game's going on. Valley just defeated Tabiona by 10 points. So Valley will move on. And I think if you lose this round, you go home.
Yeah,
right?
Yep. This one you're done.
So Tabiona's done. Panguitch has got Altamont right now playing. They're up on them by about 14 points in the third quarter. So those are some other games going on around the region that might be of interest to our viewers.
Right. Let me try to get through a few more of these advertisements here. We got Duke Slick Rock Grill in Hanksville, Fab Rats YouTube channel. We got the Farm Bureau Financial Services at Chad Lyman, Garfield Ready Mix, Garcane Energy, Garcane Propane, and the Great Lakes Cheese. And we also got Grundy Concrete and Harvard and Reese Construction. So we really do appreciate all you guys. I mean, I feel like I'm just reading through these, but I really do appreciate what you guys do and the services that you have for us here, and the support that you give for our youth and our school. So Badgers basketball after the timeout. Peterson has it, kicks it over to Jackson. Jackson brings it around, dumps it into Martinez. That was a hot pass. Kind of went through Martinez's hands, and Sullivan comes away with it for the Tigers, and he brings it up the right-hand side of the court. He's going to be guarded by Peterson, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes dumps it down to Saavedra. Saavedra has it. He takes it down in, kind of loses the handle on it. Robbins comes away with it, kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson's going to push the pace. He's hitting RJ down there on the left-hand side. RJ's going to go up strong. He gets fouled and makes the 2 points. So a great look from Blake on giving him that pass, and RJ took that ball nice and strong up on the left-hand side. He gets fouled by number 2, that's Saavedra, and then gets the bucket and a chance for an and one. So RJ's free throw is up and off to the left-hand side, no good, rebounded by Kessler. Kessler gets it over to Sullivan. Badger's going to pull into a full court press, 1-3-1 press. Sullivan has it, tries to kick it over. Martinez had it, kind of ball's bobbled around there a couple times. Barnes comes away with it, kicks it down to Saavedra. Saavedra back out to Merriweather. Merriweather kicks it over to Sullivan as he resets the offense. Sullivan guarded by RJ. He tries to go down in the paint. He might have got away with it. Threw it up there. It was blocked by Robbins. Barnes comes away with it. He kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra has it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan for 3. No good. Rebounded by RJ. He has it. Kicks it over to Peterson as they come back across timeline with a 2-point lead for the Badgers, 14-12. 4:50 remaining here in the second period. Peterson's going to pull up for 3. No. Rebounded by Barnes. So Peterson's man fell down on that, so he decided to pull up for 3, missed it, and the Tigers come away with it as Sullivan has it. He has it deflected by Jackson. Peterson comes away with it. He's going to take it down back to Jackson. Jackson goes up for 2. 2 points for Peyton Jackson. Badgers jump back into the 1-3-1 press. See how the Tigers break it. They bring it down to Kessler on the right-hand side. He gets it back to Sullivan. Sullivan takes it down the free throw line. Gets it over to Merriweather. Merriweather thought about it, didn't want it. Kicks it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan to Barnes. Barnes resets the offense, guarded by Peterson, top of the key. Jackson tries to jump the pass. He gambled a little bit. He thought we could see what was happening right there, but he just a
hair slow.
Well, and Sullivan turned perfectly on that, so he had to go through him to get that ball and end up picking up his foul. Jackson did. Yeah. So that's each team only has 1 team foul here in the second period. Badgers have a 4-point lead, 4 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Saavedra set the inbound. Tries to throw it over to Sullivan. Peterson steps in the way of it and goes down coast to coast, and easy layup for Blake Peterson. So he gambled like Payton tried to do on that last pass, ended up coming away with that one. Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers, guarded by Trayson Brown, who checked back in. Sullivan takes it down the right-hand side, tries to dump it down into Merriweather, throws it out of bounds for a turnover for the Tigers. So Merriweather was coming across the baseline, trying to come across and catch it going baseline, and end up just throwing that out of bounds. In the meantime, we've got Spalding checked in for the Tigers, number 5. Camden Spalding. Had to put my glasses on, Jared, to read that one. Sorry. So Peterson has it. He dumps it into Robbins. Robbins gets pushed, kicks it back out to Peterson. Peterson spins, falls down, dumps it into Robbins on the fall down. Robbins goes up with a nice little right-handed hook shot. 2 points for him. Looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on that one.
Yep.
Some of our viewers won't even know who that is.
Badgers doing a good job finding the basket a little bit better.
Badgers just about had a turnover right there on their 1-3-1 press. Tigers come away with it as Barnes has it, kicks it to Merriweather. Merriweather on the left elbow, brings it back out on the top. He's looking for a pass, kicks it over to Kessler. Kessler pulls up at the right elbow, no good. Rebounded by Tristan Martinez. He dumps it over to Peterson. Peterson kicks it hard down into Trayson. Trayson tried to skip it, bounced off Merriweather, and Trayson comes back away with it. So we got away with one on that one. Could have been a turnover, but Badgers end up with it. So Jackson dumps it into Robbins. Robbins tries to go up to dunk, and he rim checked himself, and then we end up getting a foul called on his offensive rebound.
He wants to get that dunk in before the season ends.
My word, he needs to jump higher. That was a perfect time right there.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, Robbins gonna come to the free throw line. His first free throw's up, no good. Not doing too good on the free throw line today.
Yeah, a little cold.
So Saavedra checks back in for Kessler for the Tigers as Robbins gets set to shoot his second free throw. Second free throw's up and good this time, right down the middle. So scores a little bit inverted. Well, it is inverted right now. 2:32 remaining here in the game, 21-12. Saavedra has it for the Tigers on this left elbow, guarded by Jackson. Dumps it down into Sullivan. Sullivan has it. He's getting double teamed. Tries to dump it into Saavedra. Saavedra does a nice little spin move. He spins down there to his right and scores 2 points for him. So that was a great move on his part. That's his first 2 points of the night. As Peterson has it, he floats it up over to Tristan Martinez. Tristan Martinez comes away with it, and he's going to get fouled. I think they called the foul down on that one. On number 13, I believe 15. Called that. That's his second foul. So number 32, that's Brecken Lambeth is going to come in, and also Rylan Hallow's going to check in for the Badgers. Merriweather comes out for the Tigers. Peterson set the inbound underneath their own basket. We got an illegal screen. Who was that on?
They called it on Rylan.
Oh my! He'd been in there 1 minute, like 1 second.
No. They called it on Trayson.
Oh, so Trayson come across there and got an
I saw the
You saw the 4?
the 2 and the 4. And I saw those. So
Sullivan got away with the carry as he comes flying down. He pushes right through Rylan Hallows. No foul called. He gets his own offensive rebound, no good. Peterson comes away with it. So 2 opportunities for the Tigers. Peterson goes down and jumps right up over the top of Lambeth and scores 2 more points for the Badgers. Saavedra has it. Badgers back into their full court press. Kicks it over to Sullivan. Sullivan guarded by Jackson. He's going to get a screen. Rylan Hallows over there to help. Dumps it down into Lambeth. Lambeth guarded by Martinez. Back out to Barnes. Barnes dumps it into Saavedra. Saavedra back over to Lambeth. Lambeth it spins all the way around. So now we have Barnes has it. Back to Lambeth. Back over to Saavedra. Saavedra has it. Looking. They got 9 seconds on the shot clock. Barnes has it, dumps it down into Sullivan, who's cutting. He can't do anything with it. Saavedra pulls up at 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. He misses a 2-pointer and rebounded by Tristan Martinez. So Blake Peterson comes back and gets it for the Badgers as he runs it up across the timeline, kicks it over to Jackson on the right wing. Jackson back to Peterson. Peterson tried to do a spin move. It's tipped out of there by Sullivan, but good hustle play by Martinez to run it down before it goes out of bounds. Badgers have 16 seconds to shoot this on the shot clock. So the same thing happened right there. Blake tried to drive, and Sullivan tried to get a behind-the-back tip. Kind of tipped it, and it went out of bounds on the off the Tigers. So we've got 12 seconds on the shot clock, 52 seconds remaining here in this first half, as Badgers up 23-14. Peterson inbounds it out to Brown. Brown back to Peterson. Peterson going to pull up for 3 on the left baseline. Good for Blake Peterson, and that's his 7th point. stepped out of bounds. So great defense by Trayson Brown. He kind of ran Sullivan down the baseline. Sullivan tried to do a behind-the-back dribble and stepped out of bounds. So another turnover on the Tigers side. So it's going to give the Badgers a basketball back with 41 seconds remaining here in this first half. Peterson kicks it over to Jackson. Jackson's going to looks at Ryland. Ryland's in there battling pretty hard with Saavedra. Brown kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson's going to pull up for three.
Yep.
No good.
They're going to get Saavedra on the foul.
Yeah, I mean, those two were pushing pretty hard, and and Ryland's getting pretty good position down there trying to want the basketball as a post, and Saavedra's not letting him get it, and he ended up picking up his foul. That's his first personal. Peterson has it. Looking for Martinez, kicks it up to Jackson, throws it at the top of the key, got 30 seconds on the shot clock. Shot clock and game clock are the same right now as Jackson has it, dumps it into Martinez. Martinez has it at the left elbow. Back out to Jackson, Jackson to Peterson. Peterson tries to float it up to Martinez. Martinez was gonna roll and then he didn't go, and then that was end up being a turnover. And Barnes comes away with it for the Tigers. Barnes kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra has it guarded by Hallows. Dumps it back out into Barnes, and Trayson Brown's going to come up and get a foul out of that deal.
Just came in a little too hot right there. He was right idea. He just came in just a little too hard.
So Coach Barnes wants to calling out an inbounds play right here as RJ checks back in for Trayson Brown. Saavedra is going to inbound. We got two Tigers coming in the paint. Kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes dumps it over to Sullivan. Sullivan has it with 4 seconds remaining. Kicks it back to Barnes. Barnes pulls up for three. That ball was tipped by Peterson, and RJ comes away with it, hucks it down the court. Not even close. But so we at the end of the half, the Badgers, had a lot better second quarter. They come away with the score of 26-14 over the Milford Tigers.
All right, for our halftime entertainment, we've got the Wayne High cheerleaders. They're planning a little bit of strategy here.
I think the Milford Tigers are going to do something too.
Oh.
Or the cheerleaders.
No,
maybe not.
They're just walking back over to the corner there.
I thought they were going to do something there for a minute, like dance force or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll give a few stats here, then we'll read some more ads. So we've got, over on the Tiger side, I've got Marco Saavedra with 2 points, Tice Barnes with 6, Boston Sullivan with 4, Slade Kessler with 2. Does that add up right? I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then over on the Badger side, we've got R.J. Powell's got 4, Tristan Martinez has got 6, Blake Peterson's got 7, Peyton Jackson's got 2, Trayson Brown has 2, and Hunter Robbins with 5. So not a real high scoring game thus far, but nevertheless, Badgers with the lead.
Yeah, you can definitely tell once the Badgers switched over to that 1-3-1 full court press, that was a little bit harder for the Tigers to get the ball down, get into their rhythm of their offense like they were before. And, so that was a good switch on Coach Jackson's part there to mix things up just a little bit and try to get a little more of that fast break opportunities.
Well, and the bigs they're being pretty disciplined. They're not biting on those pump fakes underneath. They're they're standing their ground, and it's just a lot of tall timber under there for those guys to try to get around.
Yeah, the Tigers are getting the ball pretty good right down here on the baseline, and then they go look to shoot, and then they have those big men right there in their face, and they think twice about that and don't like that, and send it back out to the outside. So yeah, good ball game so far, and we'll get through some more of these ads, and we'd like to appreciate these folks. We've got Henry's Drive-In in Panguitch. We've got the Intermountain Garfield Memorial Hospital, JG Electric, Lamb Excavation, Legacy Ace Hardware in Panguitch, Loa Builder Supply, Mike's Food Town in Beaver, Panguitch Truck Show, and Papa Ducks down here in Bicknell. Once again, we appreciate all of these folks and all of their sponsorship and what they do for us in the community. And if you have the opportunity, folks, to go out and support these businesses, please do so. They're a good supporter of our organizations and our athletics, and I'm sure they appreciate our business as well.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We're about 6 minutes from the start of the second half. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the third and fourth quarter of the ball game. Badgers on top. Getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Wayne Badgers on top of the Milford Tigers, 26-14 in this second round of the 1A state tournament. Once again, a reminder that to join us tomorrow, 1 o'clock for the girls. They'll be here against Bryce Valley. So that game will be broadcast. We'll have the
Is it
boys,
the 1A ball or is it
the 1A ball boys down here to help us with that one. So it'll be broadcast both on Team Live and on YouTube. We'll poach their feed and run it through our YouTube, so you don't have to subscribe to two places. But that'll be tomorrow, 1 o'clock. It's an early game, so tune in or come watch it in person.
So both teams here, both the Tigers and the Badgers, are going to come out with the same starters that we had at the first of the game. And it's going to be Badger basketball to start this second half. So Blake Peterson has the basketball. Kicks it over to Martinez on the left wing. Martinez looking for Trayson Brown, not there, looking for Robbins, takes it down the baseline. He's going to go in strong, tries to flip it up, and he gets one referee called a block, one referee called a charge, and so they're going to go with the charge on that. So Tristan Martinez ended up going to pick up a charge, and Rylan Hallow's going to check in for him. So 12 seconds into this this third period, Tristan's going to come out, and Rylan's going to come in. Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers. He brings it up on the left-hand side, kicks it over to Barnes. Barnes back to Sullivan. Sullivan guarded by Brown. He brings it back across the top of the key, waiting for Saavedra. Saavedra and gosh, I forgot his name, Kessler. They set a cross screen in there. Sullivan has it, kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra dumps it over to Merriweather. Merriweather has it left wing. He's going to take it down in and kind of deflecting around. Kessler comes away with it, kicks over to Barnes. Barnes going to pull up for three, bounces around, no good. Rebounded by Robbins as he kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson looking for the fast break, and the Tigers hustled back on defense on that one, so no fast break opportunity. Badgers set up the offense as so number 24. Did they get that on Barnes?
Yes.
Or no, it was on Sullivan. They called that on Sullivan a hold. So it looked like Blake kind of pushed off, but Sullivan must have had a hold of his arm. So things getting a little chippy for a minute right here. We'll see how it goes as Brown has it. He tries to throw it up to RJ, and Merriweather comes away with it. He's going to wait for a few of the Tigers to come down. Dumps it over to Saavedra, catches it, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes fumbles it, dumps it over to Kessler. Kessler has it on the right elbow. Back to Barnes. Barnes going to dump it down to Kessler. Kessler going to spin around Robbins, gets him up in the air, and does a nice little two-part move and spins back to his right-hand side and scores 2 points for him.
That was a great move by Kessler.
Great move. Blake Peterson tried to cross it over in front of Sullivan and turns it away. And he's going to go up, and he's going to end up picking up a foul. So Blake, that's kind of a frustration foul, I think, right there. He ran down and I
think Blake was a little frustrated he didn't get a call on that pick mid-court.
Yeah, he got kind of hit upside the head. And in the meantime, Blake picks up a foul. Sullivan goes in, misses the shot, so he has an opportunity for two right here with free throws. So Sullivan's first free throw's up and good. Jackson going to check in for Brown for the Badgers. Sullivan's second free throw is up and bounces around, rebounded by Rylan Hallows. Rylan Hallows hounded by Saavedra as he kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson kicks it down to Jackson down here at the left wing. He's guarded by Barnes, takes it down looking for Robbins, gets it into Robbins. Robbins double teamed, he kicks it over to Rylan. Rylan pulls up at the base, right at the free throw line and puts it in for two. Rylan Hallows, 2 points. Barnes has the basketball, tries to kick it over to Sullivan. Sullivan has it, back to Barnes. Ball's on the floor. Merriweather comes away with it. He's guarded by RJ. Merriweather kicks it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan come back down, and we're going to get a hold on Rylan Hallows. So they were trying to do a cross coming across the baseline, and Rylan ended up holding him. He calls a hold, but he kind of checked him up a little bit as he was coming across there. So that's the third team foul on the Badgers here early in this third period. As Saavedra tries to inbound it, he throws it up to Jackson. Jackson throws it up to RJ. RJ's going to go up for a fast break, and he ends up scoring 2 points. So great defense on Jackson's part. He comes away with the steal, throws it up the court to RJ. RJ makes a nice little 2-point layup to give the Badgers a 30-17 lead here with 5:40 remaining in the third period. Barnes has the basketball. He tried to do the same thing. Peyton Jackson comes away with it, and Blake comes away with this one on this one. So 2 great defensive plays for Peyton Jackson as he steps in the lane of a pass, and the Badgers come away with 2 easy buckets out of that deal. Saavedra shoots one right at the free throw line. It's blocked. Peterson comes away with it, dumps up to Rylan Hallows. Rylan Hallows goes up. He misses it, guarded by Merriweather. He might have got away with the travel. He kicks it over to Barnes as he comes back up across the timeline, slows things down just a little bit. He throws it up to Sullivan. Rylan tried to do the same thing. So these guys are reading the passes really well. They're just trying to gamble a little bit and go get those passes. And Rylan ended up picking up his second foul on that deal as Tristan Martinez checks back in for him.
You got 2 quick ones there.
So 2 quick ones on him. That's 14 fouls on the Badgers as Saavedra inbounds. Kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes back to Saavedra. Saavedra for 3 on the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Kessler. Kessler goes up, and Robbins was out of position, and Kessler ends up getting 2 points out of the deal.
Kessler's doing a good job under there on Robbins. He's making him jump, and he's doing a good job underneath on offense.
Yeah. Peterson tries to throw it over to RJ. RJ has it, guarded by Merriweather, dumps it to Robbins. Robbins throws it into Martinez. Martinez goes up. He's going to be fouled by Barnes, I believe. And that's going to be down. He's going to call that foul down. He's going to give that foul on number 2. That's going to be Saavedra. That's going to be his second personal foul, and that's going to be the second team foul for the Tigers. And the Badgers will have the basketball underneath their own hoop. Peterson waiting for the bigs to come around, dumps it into Robbins. Robbins going to go up for that little hook shot. Yep, comes on right-hand side. 2 points for Robbins. I mean, that's hard to stop. You can't hardly stop that thing when he can gather that thing and take a nice little left-handed spin and float that thing up with the right hand. That's a tough shot to stop. Barnes going to pull up for 3 for the Tigers. That's long, rebounded by Martinez. Martinez hounded by Sullivan. Sullivan comes back out to guard Peterson. Peterson going to go right straight at him this time. You can tell that Sullivan's trying to get into Peterson's head right here. It is kind of interesting. This time Blake just decided to just duck his shoulder and go right at him, and he ends up picking up his second personal foul out of the deal. So Coach Barnes want to have a timeout, talk things over for just a minute. You can kind of tell what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the Badgers out of their rhythm, a little bit flustered. Badgers just need to kind of slow down, take care of things, and just beat that pressure and come down here and score with the bigs.
Yeah, the Badgers doing a good job. Like, their transition game has been pretty good. They, on that fast break, they've got enough speed there. They're out running the Tigers, those loose balls. But yeah, I think, like you said, I think the Tigers are trying to play a little bit more of a mental game right now, cause some frustration, and hopefully the Badgers don't bite on it.
Yeah, they just need to calm down a little bit, and just don't bite into some of that stuff, that mind game stuff, and just come play basketball.
Well, just remember that they're ahead. They're not.
Right.
They're not in panic mode. They're not in a rush. Just play their game. They'll be fine.
Yep. So we've got, with the score here, we've got the Badgers are up 34-19. And it's going to be Badger basketball here after this timeout.
The Tigers are they're playing a pretty good game.
They really are.
They're doing pretty well on both sides of the ball.
So Badgers are going to have it right in front of the Tiger bench. Robin's going to inbound for the Badgers. So Blake Peterson has it for the Badgers, top of the key, throws it into Martinez right at the free throw line. Martinez goes down, does a nice little spin move, kind of spins back into the paint, which was kind of a little bit of a backward spin, but he ends up getting 2 points out of the deal. So that's a great move on
pretty
Tristan's
impressive
part.
little move.
Sullivan takes it down, dumps it into Barnes on the right-hand side. Barnes takes it down to the baseline, look for a 3, not there, kicks it over to Sullivan. Sullivan has it, back to Barnes. Barnes looking in, coming across for Kessler. Kessler has it guarded by Robbins. Let's see what he does this time. He might have got away with the travel. Tristan Martinez comes in and helps Robbins with the backs and got it taken away from him. So Martinez stole it from behind, and then he ends up, and then Sullivan ends up taking it from him from behind. And then Sullivan's going to hold Blake Peterson on that, and he's going to pick up his 3rd foul. So, I think Sullivan, I see what he's trying to do down there. He just needs to be a little bit smarter. And, he's playing great defense right now. He just needs to just stay a little bit under control and take care of it. So Merriweather's going to swap out right now. He's going to guard Peterson as Peterson brings it across the timeline for the Badgers. And he dumps it down into Robbins. Robbins wanted to give it back to Peterson, but no good. Robbins pulls up for a 2, and that's no good as well. And the ball is rebounded by Sullivan, and he's bringing it up on the right-hand side down to Barnes. Barnes has it, looks into Kessler. Kessler tries to dump it back out to Sullivan. The ball's deflected. It comes back out across the timeline as Sullivan runs it down. He's going to take it down in quite hot, kicks it over to Kessler. Kessler over to Saavedra. Saavedra for 3 on the left wing.
Looked like from here his toe might have been on the line.
I agree, too. Peterson has the basketball. He's going to take it down the paint. He gets fouled by Merriweather. So that's going to put Blake Peterson on the free throw line, shooting 2 fouls as, they gave that foul to number 15 instead. They gave that over. Oh, Merriweather. That's who was on him.
Number.
So yeah, so Merriweather was guarding him.
So that's 5 fouls on the Tigers. So the Badgers will be shooting for the next 3 minutes, and as will the Tigers because the Badgers are at 4.
And that's also the third personal foul on Merriweather as well. So him and Sullivan both have picked up 3 fouls here in this third period as number 5, Camden Spalding, going to check back in for Merriweather. So Blake, he missed that?
Yes.
First one? So missed his first free throw. Second free throw is also long, rebounded by RJ. RJ kicks it over to Tristan Martinez. We're going to also have another foul.
Saavedra, it looks like he gave him a little bit of a shove there.
So Saavedra is going to pick up. That'll be his third personal foul if they call that on him as well.
Oh, no, they gave
called
it
on
to
number 11. So that was on Barnes. So, but that,
which I think they're lucky because that,
right.
that was Saavedra's foul.
So RJ is going to come to the free throw line here with the bonus. It's the opportunity for 2 more points for the Badgers. So RJ's first free throw's up and bounces around and good. So that's the 7th point for RJ tonight. He's going to shoot his next free throw, see if he can get 8. His second free throw is up and good for RJ Powell.
I've missed a basket of his somewhere.
So we got 2:55 remaining here in the third period. Badgers up 38-24. As Sullivan has the basketball, kicks it over to Barnes. Barnes dumps it over to Saavedra. Saavedra scanning, takes it on the left-hand side. He's going to get double teamed. Blake Peterson comes in, tries to, but just about ripped it out behind him and couldn't get away with it. In the meantime, Kessler, he's doing fantastic things down underneath there. He does like a reverse layup and comes around. Sullivan's going to end up picking up his 4th foul.
And you know
right
what?
there.
I don't know if I agree with that foul. I think it was the ball that kind of hit Blake right there, but Blake sold that one. I didn't see much contact right there. But that was not Blake, RJ.
Yeah. So RJ going to come back to the free throw line.
So that's going to set Sullivan on the bench
Right.
with quite a bit of time left in this game. That's going to hurt the Tigers.
RJ's first free throw up is no good. Rylan Hallow's going to check in for Hunter Robbins, and also number 32. That's going to be Brecken Lambeth, who's going to come back in for the Tigers as well. And that's going to put Sullivan down with those 4 personal fouls. So 2:32 remaining here in the third period. Is RJ going to set to shoot his second free throw. Second free throw is way short. We could tell that was going to happen right from here. That didn't have enough arch to get over the rim. The Tigers coming away with it as Barnes has it. He takes it out. Yeah. He's pushed by RJ. So it's a little bit of frustration both ways. Kessler, in the meantime, somewhere down in the meaning of that, he fell down and hurt his hip. So that's going to be the second personal foul on RJ, and that's going to put the Tigers on the line for 2. It's going to be Barnes coming to the free throw line. Barnes has 6 points tonight. See if he can move that up to 8. His first free throw's good.
Yeah, Barnes has been quiet since the early first. He had those 2 quick 3-pointers, and then he kind of been quiet. Second free throw's good as well.
So those 2 points bring the score within 10. So Badgers up 38-28. 2:20 remaining here in the third as Blake Peterson has the basketball. Kind of gets tied up with a whole bunch of Tigers, and they're going to end up fouling again. So Blake got down in there. He got triple teamed, and they tried to go in and grab the ball from him. And Barnes wanted a jump ball. He ended up picking up a second foul, and it's going to put Peterson on the free throw line for 2 more points for the Badgers. So Blake's first free throw's up and good.
Badgers moving their bigs down in the backcourt.
Going to go back into their press. Blake Peterson pulls up, second free throw, no good. RJ almost had a pushing foul on that deal. And Saavedra comes away with it. He kicks it up to Barnes. Barnes going to push the pace. He pulls it back out, 27 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks it over to number 32, that's Lambeth. Lambeth back to Barnes. Barnes to Saavedra. Saavedra pump fakes, goes up, no good. Rebounded by Kessler. Kessler gets blocked. Peterson comes away with it, throws it up to RJ. RJ's going to come down. He's going to go up, and they're going to pick him up for a travel. So he tried to gather himself, tried to get his balance. He could tell he was going to get behind the backboard. All of that was happening at the same time, and ended up picking up a travel turnover for the Badgers.
Yeah, the pass was just a little bit long, and he couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, good hustle though on the defensive part there. So the Tigers break that press pretty easy with Lambert has it on the right side, guarded by Peterson. Kicks it over to Saavedra. Saavedra has it, tries to go over to Kessler. Kessler has it. Ryland would just about had that pass, but he kind of slipped. He ended up picking up the defensive rebound on that after that shot from Kessler. Blake Peterson's going to pull up for three, top of the key, good. 3 points, Blake Peterson.
Saavedra with the ball, gets over to Kessler. Kessler gets it down over into Lambeth. Back to Barnes. RJ got away with the foul there.
Jackson comes away with the rebound and kicks out to Peterson. Peterson dumps it down to RJ. RJ has a nice, easy 2-point layup, so another 2 points for RJ. That gets 10 points for him as the Badgers jump back into their full court press. Coach Jackson's hollering at him to get back into the half court set. Saavedra comes down. He goes up over the top of Ryland. No good. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's going to push the pace for the Badgers. He's looking for somebody to pass the ball to. Jump stops, kicks it over to Peterson. Peterson has it, top of the key. He's guarded by anyway.
Fighting for the ball.
Yeah,
Kessler
sorry,
came
I
up with
kind of lost track of what's going on. Barnes has it on the right-hand side, and he takes it, dumps it over to Kessler. Kessler has it, guarded by Martinez. Kessler takes a couple dribbles to the right-hand side, tries to throw it to Saavedra. Saavedra was going to back cut, and Kessler passed it to where he was and not where he was going, and it was going to be a turnover for the Tigers. In the meantime, Tristan Martinez and RJ Powell check out, and Trayson Brown and Hunter Robbins check back in for the Badgers. 22 seconds remaining here in the third period. Badgers up 44-28 as Blake Peterson brings the ball up across the timeline. So one opportunity right here for the Badgers, see what they can get out of this deal as Jackson has it, kicks it to Trayson Brown. Brown dumps it to Peterson. Peterson throws it into Robbins. Robbins going to go up strong with his left hand. 2 points for Hunter Robbins.
Tigers just don't have the size really to do much about that.
So here at the end of the third period, the Badgers are going to have a lead, 46-28.
So here, I'll read a few of these, give you a break, Kerry. So
Thanks.
finish getting through this sponsor list. So we've got Rafter Lazy J Fence, Jones Boys there over to Loa. Ruby's Inn down at the mouth of Bryce Canyon National Park. SC Broadband, Southern Utah University, the best school in the state, if you want my opinion. I'm a little biased, but go T-Birds. Stensberger Shack in Hanksville. You got State Bank of Southern Utah. Triple T Trucking, the United Mine Workers. University of Utah. Utah Independent Bank, Utah Summer Games, Wayne County elected officials and the Office of Tourism, and Wilson Orthodontics down in Cedar City. So
Pretty
that gets
good
us
bunch of sponsors.
gets us through our list. So yeah, let these sponsors know how much you appreciate them. Like Coach Stephen's been saying, they do a lot for our kids, keep these athletics programs going. They sponsor these tournaments, make it possible, and we appreciate all of them and all their help with our athletics programs.
So we're getting ready to start here the fourth quarter. It's going to be Tiger basketball. Coach Barnes, he checks all his starters back in for this fourth quarter. So Sullivan checks back in, Barnes is in, and Merriweather's also back in. So we'll see how these guys play with those 4 fouls, especially for Sullivan. And the Badgers come away with the same 5 that they had in there right at the end of the third period. So Sullivan has it, guarded by Brown. He takes it down the right-hand side over to Barnes. Barnes has it, kicks it out to Saavedra. Saavedra dumps it into Kessler. He was wide open right there, and he couldn't make the bucket. And Ryland comes away with the rebound and kicks it out to Jackson or to Peterson. Peterson has it over to Hallows. Hallows to Jackson. Jackson into Robbins. Kind of give him a hot pass, and Robbins couldn't get a handle on it. Throws it, kind of tipped it out of bounds. So kind of a hot pass, trying to catch it one-handed. So kind of a mix of a bad pass and a bad catch at the same time. So Sullivan has it, kicks it over to Barnes. Barnes back to Sullivan. Sullivan has it guarded by Hallows. Tries to pump fake him. Hallows doesn't bite. He ends up missing the bucket, and Hallows comes away with another rebound. Peterson has the basketball for the Badgers on the left wing, looking for something. Gets it over to Jackson. Jackson has Ryland if he wanted, didn't throw it in there. Gets it back out to Peterson. Peterson takes it around the right-hand side this time, looking for Robbins. Hallows has it back to Jackson. Jackson to Robbins, bounces it into him, and he gets triple teamed, so I don't know if that was a great idea, but in the meantime, the Tigers come away with the turnover as Sullivan takes it down the floor. He's going to go down in strong, kicks it over to Merriweather. Merriweather back out to Barnes. Barnes pulls up for three, no good. Rebounded by Saavedra. Saavedra back to Barnes. Barnes to Merriweather for three, no. Rebounded by Kessler this time. Kessler has it, tries to go up, blocked by Ryland Hallows, and Ryland Hallows is going to come away, and they're going to get a jump ball. So I don't think they turned the thing on that. That should be Badger basketball.
I think you're right. Yeah, they didn't do
so
it.
they just barely fixed it. It's going to be Badger basketball here. So Tigers are wanting to inbound it. That's wrong. That's a white ball. Yeah, now they're setting it up. So I was about ready to start yelling there for a minute. The coaching thing came out of me for just a second. But so now the Tigers are going to go full court press as Merriweather's going to guard Peterson as he brings it up across the timeline. He tries to get it there. He's got a lot of pressure, kicks it up to Brown. Brown's looking. He's kind of in that dead man's corner there. Gets it back out to Peterson. Peterson looks into Robbins. Gets it back into Peterson. Peterson comes in the middle of the paint, looking for something to do with it. Gets it to Jackson. Jackson back to Peterson. Peterson has 14 seconds on the shot clock. Throws it into Robbins. Robbins has it. Dumps it over to Brown. Brown has it on the wing. Floats up a left-hander. Not there. Bounces around, and Kessler comes away with it. So a good defensive stand by the Tigers that time. As Sullivan comes down and gets all of the defenders up in the air, kicks it back out to Barnes. Barnes misses a three. Robbins comes away with it. He throws it up long to Brown, and he gets an easy 2 points out of that fast break.
That's what we haven't seen that for a bit, so it's good to see. Good to see that outlet pass.
So Sullivan has the basketball on the left wing for the Tigers, kicks it up to Saavedra. Saavedra tries to dump it down into Kessler, and Blake Peterson's going to end up getting called for the foul on that deal. So the ball kind of went around his waist and down through his legs, but Blake tried to reach in and grab it and end up picking up a foul. So that's Blake's third personal foul here with 5:42 remaining in the ball game, as Ryland Hallows and Jackson check back out, as R.J. Powell and Tristan Martinez check back in for the Badgers. So Saavedra set to inbound, kicks it over to Merriweather on the baseline. He tries to throw it in to the inside, back to Saavedra, but Robbins comes away with the steal, and he throws it up to Peterson as he brings it back up across for the Badgers and waits for the offense to get set. Tristan Martinez goes high post, sets a screen for Peterson. They tried to dump it down into Robbins, and RJ kind of threw a hard, fast pass out of bounds once again to Robbins. Coach Jackson want to have a timeout and talk about some of those entry passes. I mean, Robbins is in a good spot. They have a great idea. It's just not a very good pass getting into him. He's trying to hold the defender off and try to catch it one-handed, and the ball's coming in pretty freaking hot, so a little bit rough.
Yeah, they'll get there. They settle down, play a game. You need to remember you're up by 20 points. There's no rush. But yeah, anyway, like we were saying earlier, there's been some crazy stuff going on in these tournaments. You never really know. I just been watching that 3A girls tournament. All four of the top seeds got beat out that first round down there. It was unbelievable, and they weren't. I mean, yeah, it's
yeah.
You have a team like Delta that lost 2 games all season, heavy favorites, and they got beat out first round. It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, you never know. You've got to come in here. I keep telling the girls they're always worried about the next day, and it's like we got to worry about the next game. It's like we got to get through this game first, or we don't do anything. So.
Canyon View girls defending state champions. They got beat out today. They lost to Delta in that consolation bracket, so it can change on a dime. You never know.
Yeah. So
nothing's for sure in these tournaments.
So the Tigers going to inbound. Sullivan comes away with it. RJ's going to guard him. And Sullivan ended up slipping. Yeah, the coaching staff down there on the Tigers bench, they're wondering why there wasn't a foul called there.
Depending on the angle, you could have had
you could have had one on there.
RJ I think he got lucky.
Merriweather inbounds out to Sullivan. Sullivan has it. He's guarded by Trayson Brown. Trayson Brown bumped him pretty hard. Sullivan coming up across the timeline. They switched over. Now RJ's guarding him. Kicks it back out to Barnes. Barnes tries to go into Kessler. Robbins tipped it, and RJ comes away with it. He's going to take it down the left-hand side. He's going to go up strong with his right-hand side. No good. Rebounded by Robbins. Robbins gets it, goes back up, and he goes up strong. And nobody able to come down and get a hold of him. In the meantime, they throw the nice quick inbound pass down to Sullivan. He goes up, no good. And Robbins gets his fingers caught up in the net.
No, they're going to call goaltending.
So now
on Robbins.
they're going to call that basket interference or whatever that thing was and give them the bucket. So that's a 20-point lead. That's going to give the Tigers 30. Badgers are 50. We got 4:57 remaining here in the fourth period. And the Tigers going for a full court press. Looks like a man press. As Blake Peterson throws it up to Tristan Martinez. Martinez has it, kicks it back out to Peterson. Peterson guarded by Merriweather. Now Saavedra comes over to help. Dumps it down into Martinez. Martinez is going to go up strong, and that's going to end up being a block. So Martinez comes down hard. That hurt his hand pretty hard. And
he popped. I don't know if it was his elbow or his wrist. That pretty loud pop.
Right on his elbow, or his wrist. But, Kessler was in a pretty good spot right there.
I thought he had the position, unless he just might have,
I think he
shifted
turned
the last
right
second.
at the last second. I mean, Tristan's not a little guy.
No,
you're not going to stand in there and let him come bowl you over. That's a hard thing to stand there and take that, So I don't blame Kessler one bit on that deal. I mean, he was in a great spot.
And again, Kessler's been playing a pretty impressive game. Again, he's just a sophomore, so we're going to see him for a couple more years.
Yeah, and he's got some great moves.
He's been playing
happening.
a good game tonight.
Martinez hits both of the free throws to give the Badgers a 22-point lead here with 4:43 remaining as Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers. He's going to go down full speed, kicks it over to Kessler. Kessler's going to pull up for a nice little 10-footer baseline on the left-hand side for 2 points for him. Blake Peterson throws it up to Brown. Brown dumps it over, tries to go to RJ, and Sullivan hustled back. Great hustle play on his part. He tried to come down and jumped right in the middle of that pass and got that on that fast break opportunity for the Badgers. Meantime, Trayson Brown's going to pick up the foul, trying to reach around and tap that from behind, and he's going to get subbed out for Jackson.
Kind of a frustration foul on Trayson's part. He got beat right there on the side.
And then that pass got taken away. There's a lot of little things that happened right there for a minute. So, Tiger basketball. Sullivan going to have it up on the right-hand side. He's going to get a screen from Kessler. Takes it down. He tries to kick it. He kicks it back out to Barnes. Barnes guarded by RJ. He takes it down the baseline, back out to Sullivan. Sullivan over to Kessler. Kessler to Merriweather. Merriweather brings it around the left-hand side. He has it back out to Sullivan the top. He brings it down the left-hand side. Kicks it back to Kessler. Kessler had a shot, but he didn't take it. Gets it to Barnes. Barnes does a spin move in the middle of the paint, and it's no good. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's saved by Merriweather. And Saavedra comes away with it, and he misses it. And Kessler gets it, dumps it back over to Sullivan. Sullivan goes up and scores another 2 points. That's 11 for him tonight. So great hustle play on the behalf of the Tigers. They got a couple nice deflections there, couple quick passes, and got 2 points out of the deal.
Kind of an ugly series for the Badgers. They gave up a lot of rebounds right there. Can't give them that many chances. Pretty good game. I mean, when you think about the last time these two teams met here, the Badgers, we were in the mercy rule by this point of the game, and so the Tigers came to play tonight. They're giving their best effort. I think they're just kind of getting outsized.
You can definitely tell the difference. There's a little fight in them. They're not giving up. They're not just going to roll over and go home. The bench is into it. The coaching staff's into it. The fans are into it. It's it's good. I'm glad to see that they came over here wanting to win. So good for them.
Well, it may make a little bit of a difference. Players like Kessler, he played all 3 games last time he was here, so he's not wore out by this point of the night.
Meantime, the Badgers turn it over once again. Kessler has the basketball. He kicks it to Merriweather. Merriweather to Barnes. Barnes back into Kessler. Kessler has the bigs down in there. Spins into Tristan Martinez. It might have been a jump ball. No call. He tries to throw it back out to Merriweather. Nobody there. Ball goes out of bounds, so it's going to be a turnover on the Tigers. Badger basketball.
And it's impressive to watch Kessler. He's not afraid to go up against the 2 bigs for the Badgers. He's taking it right to Tristan and Hunter both.
Blake Peterson has it in that really hard corner right there. And
Blake's foot was down on that other side of the timeline.
So we got a turnover. So there was a lot of good hustle plays on the Tigers right there. The Badgers were trying to do all that stuff right at the timeline. And who called the timeout? Coach Jackson?
Yeah, Badgers.
So timeout for the Badgers. We've got 3:32 remaining here in the ball game. Badgers are up 52-34.
Coach Jackson a little bit animated in that timeout. He wasn't happy with the way the Badgers were handling the basketball as he shouldn't be. They kind of struggled there.
Yeah,
a
they
little
were
bit.
struggling. Well, they've been struggling for the last couple possessions right here. You know, in the hustle play on the rebounds and the easy passes. So just maybe settle the Badgers down and see what we got for this last 3 minutes of the ball game. Merriweather has the basketball for the Tigers. He takes it, crosses over RJ, dumps it over to Barnes. Barnes has it, takes it down. He pushes off Peterson and Jackson. So Barnes kind of pushed off, and Jackson's going to get the foul. That kind of seemed crappy, but I'm pretty biased for the white shirts. So that's going to be Jackson's second personal foul. That's the third team foul for the Badgers as the Tigers going to set the inbound. Saavedra tries to throw it up to Sullivan. Ball's tipped around. Sullivan comes away with it. Saavedra gets it back after the ball was on the ground, and he's guarded by Martinez. He kicks it over to Sullivan. Sullivan for three, bounces around, no, and RJ comes away with the rebound, and number 15 I think is going to get the foul, and that's going to be his fourth foul or third. Now
They're going to discuss it.
We'll see what happens here.
He's talking about travel, I think is what he's saying.
Because I thought there was a travel first, but one guy called a foul. So I don't know how you can overturn the foul, and we got to go with that. Yeah, you got to go with it. So
Yep.
So that's the fourth foul on Merriweather for the Tigers. It's going to be Badger basketball. 3:11 remaining here in the ball game. So Hunter Robbins tried to throw that ball into Peterson, and that wasn't a very good pass either. Ball was tipped out of bounds for Merriweather. Now the Badgers have it back another 25 feet further from their hoop.
He's getting sloppy.
Yeah, it's the passing right now is not real good. I mean, you got to give credit to the Tigers because they're pressuring the crap out of our guys right now. Blake Peterson comes up for 2 points, and he gets fouled by Merriweather. That's going to be his fifth foul. He's going to be out.
He's played a great game.
Yeah, he's a great basketball player. So
I mean, he doesn't have any points in this game, but he's been a factor. His defense has been good. He's quick.
Makes really good passes. Sees things real well.
He's been pressuring the Badgers, forcing.
So in the meantime, so Lambeth comes back in for him on his, fifth foul. So Merriweather's he's a senior. This is probably going to be his last game, the way it looks now with 3 minutes remaining here in his high school career. So you got to give it to him. He worked his guts out right there, and congratulations to him. Blake Peterson's second free throw's up, no good. So he makes the first one, missed the second one, and Tristan Martinez tipped it out of bounds, and Blake tried to go grab it, and it hit off his foot and went out of bounds. So another turnover for the Badgers. So Sullivan has the basketball for the Tigers. He's guarded by Peterson. He's going to take it into the paint, kicks it over to Kessler. Kessler dumps it out to Barnes. Barnes goes up for three, and he's going to be fouled by Blake. So now that's going to be Blake's fourth foul. So, just a whole bunch of frustration stuff going on right now. Just not real clean trying to finish up this basketball game with 2:55 remaining here.
So that's going to give him 3 shots.
So Barnes come to the free throw line. His first free throw's up and good. So that's 9 points for Barnes tonight. So a pretty good game for him. Second free throw's up and also good. Second free throw up, or third free throw up, good. So he makes all 3 of those to give the Badgers a 53-37 lead as Blake Peterson breaks the press, and he comes down looking for RJ. RJ's going to go up strong. I could see that block. That was going to be offensive coming from a mile. I could see that happen. I don't know why he didn't just jump stop, but
yeah.
So that's going to be RJ's third foul. And that was Saavedra. Saavedra came down, got in a great position right there, and ended up and RJ just went right through him. I mean, he made the basket but didn't count.
And he'll learn on that. He's young. He again another sophomore. He'll learn to pick that up and not just to read that, because like you say, we could see that one a mile away.
Yeah, that was going to happen from the get-go. So in the meantime, Sullivan has 2 opportunities down there and doesn't come away with either one of them. Robbins gets the rebound on the second opportunity. So Sullivan picked up his rebound on the first shot, and then Robbins comes away on the second shot. Martinez has it underneath. Great pass by Trayson Brown as Martinez gets his 12th point of the night as the Badgers give it a 55-37 lead. Going to have another foul.
It'll either be Trayson's 4th or Blake's. Yep, Trayson's 4th.
So Trayson Brown, he's going to end up with 4 personal fouls. And that's going to be, that's going to put Sullivan on the line for 2. 2:15 remaining here in the ball game. Badgers up 55-37. So Sullivan, first free throw, good. So Camden Spalding going to check back in. He's going to come in for Lambeth for the Tigers. Spalding is also a sophomore. So Sullivan, second free throw's up, no good. Rebounded by Martinez. Martinez hounded by Saavedra. He kicks it back out to Peterson. Peterson is guarded by Spalding. Peterson has it, kicks it out to Brown. Brown throws it back out to top of the key to Jackson. Jackson has it, waiting for the offense. Does a couple spin moves, guarded by Barnes. Yeah, we got a kick basketball, so it's going to be Badger ball underneath the hoop. Blake Peterson set to inbound. To give Robbins a screen. He's got that nice little right-handed hook shot. Yep, there he goes once again. He gets into that position and he makes that left-handed spin. That's really hard for him to stop that when he does that little baby hook shot on the right-hand side. So 2 more points for Robbins. That gives him 13. As Sullivan has his pocket picked by Trayson Brown. Badgers come away with it, and they're going to slow the pace down just a little bit as he brings it up across the timeline. He's guarded by Spalding. He's going to give it to Jackson. Jackson has it. He's guarded by Barnes. Tries to get it to Brown. Brown's going to get hammered. Ball kind of gets deflected, and Tristan Martinez had it, didn't know what to do with it, tried to throw it back in bounds, and Barnes comes away with it, and he does a nice little Euro step and gets 2 points down on the other end for the Tigers. So Badgers are up 17 here, 57-40. Minute 12 remaining in the basketball game as Blake Peterson has it. He's guarded by Spalding. So the Badgers pull it back out close to the timeline as Blake Peterson has the basketball. Coach Jackson have another full timeout. So we got 59 seconds remaining here. Badgers up 57-40. Coach Jackson didn't like what they were doing right there on the offensive side. It's going to be Badger basketball coming in. We'll see what they draw up for this last 1 minute. So 59 seconds remaining here in the basketball game. It's going to be Badger basketball over in front of the Badger fans. Trayson Brown going to inbound it for the Trayson Brown. I said Trayson Badger inbound for the Browns. So Trayson Brown for the Badgers. Gets it out to Jackson. Jackson guarded by Spalding. Jackson gets a back screen to Peterson. Peterson over to Martinez. Martinez back to Jackson. Jackson to Peterson. Peterson double teamed here. Ball gets deflected, but Tristan Martinez is there to get it back to Peterson. Peterson going to take it in with 4 on the shot clock. Takes it up, no good. Rebounds by Robbins, and he does a kind of a fading way 2 points for Hunter Robbins. So Hunter Robbins comes out with 15 points, 32 seconds remaining here in the ball game as Barnes has it for the Tigers. He takes it down, tries to throw it in. That ball was kicked, no call. Trayson Brown has it, goes it to Martinez. Martinez going to go up and throw it down for 2 points. So Martinez goes up for a nice one-handed dunk as Sullivan has it for the Tigers, and he comes down and does a nice one-handed floater. No good, gets his own rebound, goes up against Robbins. He's going to get fouled and going to go to the free throw line for 2. So great opportunity for Martinez down there on that fast break. You could see it on his face coming as he was coming down across the timeline.
Your last game in your home gym and come away with that dunk, that was fun.
Coach Jackson saying, hey, don't pound on because he did pound on the mat at the end. That's a little bit of a taunting thing. So Coach Jackson's like, it's a fantastic play. Just don't do that to negate what you just did. So
don't quite celebrate as much.
I mean, you got to get stoked. You know, that's pretty cool.
That is fun.
So Sullivan, his first free throw, I think he missed it. I don't know. Did he miss it?
He did.
So second free throw is up, and it's also no good, but he gets his own rebound. That had to have been a violation, but he ends up putting 2 points in anyway. 6 seconds remaining here. The Badgers have a 61-42 lead, and the ball is deflected out of bounds by the Tigers. It's going to be Badger basketball right down right by Principal Chapel. Robbins tries to throw it long, didn't throw it long enough. Spalding comes away with it. He kicks it out to Saavedra. Saavedra for 3, no, rebounded by Martinez right at the buzzer. Badgers are going to end up winning this basketball game, 61-42. They're going to move on up to the college, up to Salt Lake, and move on in the next round of the state tournament. So congratulations to both of these teams for making it here tonight, and congratulations to the Tigers, and then way to go, Badgers.
And it really was a great game from the Tigers. It'd be hard to come in here after the last time you played in here and get beat the way they got beat last time, and to put up the fight they did. They did a great job. I mean, you got players like Slade Kessler. I'm impressed. He's going to be fun to watch for the next couple of years. And anyway, just a lot of these players, they played well. And the Badgers, to be real honest, they played decent. There's a lot of things they need to clean up before next Thursday if they want to keep going in this tournament. So, a lot of rough passes, a lot of frustration, mistakes.
Right.
And Coach Jackson will address it. But anyway, nevertheless, a good win for the Badgers, and they move on. So the Badgers will play on Thursday at 1 p.m. And they'll play the winner of Green River and Monticello. That game was at 5 o'clock. There's probably an end result, but I don't know what it is. Green River would have been favored, but they'll play the winner of that game. So, and again, one more reminder about our game tomorrow. We'll be here with the girls as they'll play against the Bryce Valley Mustangs, and look to move on into the tournament as well.
Yep.
So just some final stats. We've got Marco Saavedra ended the game with 5 points. Tice Barnes ended up with 5, 11, 12, 13. Boston Sullivan had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Slade Kessler with 10. And, actually, no. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Slade had 10.
Had 10. And again, he was fun to watch.
Yeah,
tonight.
he was fun.
Over on the Badger side, R.J. Powell ended up with 10. Tristan ended up with 14. Blake ended up with 14. Payton with 2. Trayson with 4. Hunter Robbins was your high scorer with 15. And then Ryland had a pair. And so every player for the Badgers, all 7, got on the scoreboard tonight, which is good. If the Badgers want to win, they're going to have have scoring from all those players, and so a great game for the Badgers. So great way to end the home stand for the Badgers. It's been a fun season for them. We had a lot of home games for the Badgers. That will likely not happen again. We will probably not have as many. Well, I'm not going to say probably. We will not have as many home games for a long time for the Badgers. The Badgers kind of got. Last year we ended up on the road a lot because of our gym situation, and this year they made up for it. So, but it's been a great season for the boys. and this will be our last, I guess I should say, independent broadcast. We'll broadcast the girls' game tonight, but we'll be on another person's feed. So we just want to thank everybody that has tuned in and followed us this year. It's been fun. We will be using the same YouTube channel for next year. So keep following us, keep subscribing. It's been fun to do this. I've had a blast.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
And it's been a great opportunity. We've learned a lot of things. We've got a lot of things in mind for next year. We're hopefully going to have some more student involvement next year. This year was kind of getting our feet wet, trying to learn the ropes, figure things out, and now we know what we're doing a little bit. We finally got our sound system working in the gym. We're getting there. So next year we'll hopefully have some more student involvement, different things. Anyway, I got a few ideas I'm working on for next year. So looking forward to it. It'd be nice to have a little bit of a break. It's been a long season.
Yeah, and Jared, I really do appreciate you letting me come up here and do this, because it's super fun for me. You know, it gets me thinking about different things. As the coach for the girls, you know, I get to see all the boys' games and but then see different things for the girls. So it's kind of a good thing for me as well, and I really do enjoy it.
And then I appreciate you, Coach, so I don't have to be up here, you know, by myself. It's you know, there's a lot of work that goes into these broadcasts, and so when I got another person up here while I'm pushing buttons,
you've got a lot of stuff.
Makes a lot of difference. And I actually, now with this sound system, I got an extra set of buttons up here now.
I feel kind of guilty. You got 3 laptops, 2 iPads, and another little thing, and I have a telephone and a pencil.
But it's okay. So it's a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get some kids up here helping us run some of this stuff. And anyway, come watch these boys at the tournament. The games will be streamed on Team Hive and on KSL Sports for the boys and the girls next week. And we want to wish the boys good luck heading into the state tournament. And once again, they get the 19-point win tonight over the Milford Tigers as the Tigers season comes to an end. But we wish them safe travels on their way home. And we'll see you tomorrow night. And until then,